Good morning, everyone. May the Lord bless you all this day. I was reading Genesis chapter 5 this morning, and something really stood out to me this morning as I was reading about Enoch. It says in verse 21, Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. After he begot Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 365 years, and Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. This really stood out to me this morning because I never noticed before, but it seems that after the birth of his children, Enoch started to have a relationship with God. Enoch walked with God for 300 years. And his walk with God was so evident, so clear to everyone around him, that it was recorded for me and your benefit. So, what was so special about Enoch? What made him stand out compared to everyone else around him? I don't really know. But what I do know is this. It was because of his walk with God is what people recognized. They recognized he had a relationship. Maybe he was a prophet. Maybe he was a preacher. Maybe he was a man of righteousness. There's many possibilities. But one thing is clear. He had a relationship with God that stood out from everyone else. And everyone around him could recognize that he was walking with God. Let that be me and your goal this year. Let that be the passion and the desire of me and your heart this year. Today is the first day of the first month of 2024. And let us start this day by having a closer walk with God. That all our neighbors around us, that all our family, and even the people in the church where we go will look at us and say this: that man has a walk with God that I desire to have. It made him stand out. It made him unique. And let that be me and your heart's call this year. Another thing I just want to mention before I finished. Enoch prophesied in Jude. It says in chapter 1 verse 14, and Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints. If Enoch prophesied right back then in the book of Genesis, thousands of years ago, about the coming of the Lord, how much closer are we today? We may be thinking about all sorts of things for the year ahead, planning about holidays and work and houses and property and this or that. But this could be the very year that the Lord returns. If Enoch prophesied thousands of years ago, maybe we're living at the very moment just before Christ returns. Let this also be in our hearts today, that the return of the Lord is close to hand. So let us look up, for our redemption draws near. God bless you all.